Two incredible races, two different eras, one sprinting legacy. In this video, we break down the women's 100-meter performances of Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, comparing power, technique, and race execution at the highest level. You'll see how Jackson's world-leading speed contrasts with Fraser-Pryce's legendary start and consistency, and what makes both performances so special. From explosive acceleration to top-end speed, we analyze every phase to understand how these two stars continue to define modern sprinting.
10.54 in 2001, a fabulous sprinter. Is she in top shape? Warm welcome for her. Fitting.
Natasha Morrison in 4.
Has a spectacular personal best of 10.87 set in 2021. Ran 11 seconds flat in her heats. Ran 11.14 to win her semis over Elaine Thompson-Herah, Natasha Morrison.
The second MVP athlete. Here's the third one in lane 5, Shericka Jackson.
World champion at 200 meters. Bronze in the 100 in 2021. Silver last year in Eugene. Shericka Jackson at 10.78, the fastest Jamaican on the year.
Lee Forbes.
Sasha Lee Forbes now has a nice, pretty sub-11 time. She ran 10.98 on the 21st of May this year. She represents Sprint Tech. She's the third fastest Jamaican this year.
And representing Nike, Alana Reid in lane 7.
New pro, champs record holder, now at 10.92. Ran 11.17 in Japan last week. Alana Reid, formerly of Hydel, now professional.
Representing Titans Track Club. This is Brianna Williams. She runs on the outside in lane 8.
Brianna Williams used to train with Otto Boland. She's now come home to Jamaica, trains with Michael Freighter and Greg Little. 10.94 her PB. She has run 11.04 twice this year, close to her best again. Viewers, you need to know this time. 10.71 is the fastest time run in the world so far this year.
Ashanti Moore, Adidas lane 1. Shakura Wallace, MVP lane 2. Elaine Thompson-Herah, New Era lane 3. Natasha Morrison, MVP lane 4. Shericka Jackson, MVP lane 5. Sasha Lee Forbes, Sprint Tech Track Club lane 6. Alana Reid, Nike lane 7. And Brianna Williams, Titans Track Club in lane 8. That is Mrs. Thompson-Herah on your screen.
The entire National Stadium is standing.
Tension has gripped the National Stadium. Women's 100-meter final. What are we about to see? We'll know in a sterling lineup. And the slide push in the set position. Off they go. Very, very good start by Shericka Jackson. Natasha Morrison is on the premises. Thompson-Herah is knocking on the door as well. Step forward, Shericka Jackson imperiously, and she steps away in great style to become back-to-back national champion. Big performance on the big occasion. We wait for the official time.
10.65!
10.65! Wow, what a performance! New world leading, new personal best. A stunning, superlative, and scorching display of sprinting. That was magical. Goodness gracious me. Sasha Lee Forbes, second in 10.96. New personal best. Natasha Morrison finishing.
Was the fastest time in the world. Natasha Morrison off well, but Shericka Jackson already leading as she comes out of her drive phase. Stepping, pulling away every single step of the way she goes, and she wins it. We see Natasha Morrison in the pink shoes. She also gets up there to get on the team. At this stage, we're now watching the clock. Shericka Jackson, she knew she was going to deliver something special, running through the line, trying to lean, trying to maintain her momentum. Natasha Morrison almost back at her very best.
Wind and rain of Gateshead, and so has returned to the United States. But still a very, very high-quality field here, which includes Fraser-Pryce and Talu and Okubari. On the inside lane there, Mavari Al-Shamari from Kuwait, two-time national champion. She goes in 1. Cara Parker from USA, member of the 4x100 relay bronze winning team here in Doha 2 years ago in 2. There is Okubari, 32 years old now, Olympic and world long jump silver. Got a great start in Gateshead last weekend in the pouring rain, but then faded to 5th in 11.57, but she'll be much more suited, I'm sure, to the warm conditions here. Marie-Josée Talu also performed very well indeed, came ahead of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who's just to her right to finish in third last weekend, world bronze here 2 years ago in the 100 metres. Talu then, all the experience goes in lane 4. There is Fraser-Pryce, 34 years old now, multiple Olympic and world champion, including the reigning world champion from here 2 years ago, aiming to become the first mother to win an Olympic title in Tokyo in 9 weeks' time. She goes in 5. Javianne Oliver, outstanding indoor season, won the World Indoor Tour, unbeaten inside. She was 6th in Gateshead last weekend. She goes in 6. Hannah Cunliffe in 7, former NCAA indoor champion, based in Florida. She goes in 7. And completing the lineup, Isla Del Ponte from Switzerland, the newly crowned European indoor champion, part of that excellent group based in Papendal with Laura Muley, the likes of Femke Ball and Nika Klaver. So Ball, Del Ponte in 8, Okagbari in 3, Talu in 4, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, whose biggest motivation, she said, this year is perhaps not retaining her Olympic title, but to go sub 10.7. That is a big deal, she says, for the rest of her career. So the lineup again: Al-Shamari in 1 from Kuwait, Parker, USA in 2, Okagbari, the Nigerian, the tall figure, goes in 3, Talu, the diminutive Ivorian, in 4, Fraser-Pryce, there she is with the headband, in 5, Oliver, USA 6, Cunliffe, USA 7, Del Ponte, Switzerland, in lane 8. Women's 100 metres. Well, once again, Okagbari gets a good start, but Fraser-Pryce already into her running along with Talu. Also going well is Oliver, but Fraser-Pryce coming away with it. Fraser-Pryce lights out into the line. Fraser-Pryce with a slight tailwind, 10.84, the winning time. Well, that's progress, and of course, a completely different race, totally different conditions. And having laboured to 11.57 last weekend in the driving rain in the northeast of England, well, you could say normal service resumed here. A season's best for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. 9 weeks to go until the Olympic Games in Tokyo, and I'm sure she'll say little steps, baby steps, stepping stones, preparation, and that will feel good. Okagbari coming in 2nd place and continuing her excellent start to the season. But victory there for the double Olympic champion.
Yeah, very impressive indeed. And I was actually had the chance to interview her in Gateshead about the season ahead, and we talked about the fact that she'd missed last year because Olympics. She had such a good 2019. What a good start here again tonight. And it's that platform of consistency which gave her that World Championship in 2019. 11 times. It was her best year ever for running under 11 seconds in 2019. 11 sub-11 second performances. And here we are early, as you said, Chris, still fairly early in the season. Gateshead wasn't the place to do it, but a scintillating run here from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. 34, mum, all of that sort of thing going on, but is still going to be right up there. Let no one have any doubt whatsoever. As good as Dina Asher-Smith was, as good as Sha'Carri Richardson is looking, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and of course, let's not forget Elaine Thompson-Herah is in the mix, but she keeps running like this, starting like this, consistency. She can pop that. She's talked about sub 10.7, and who knows, that's what it might need come Tokyo, because they're all running quick, and I'm sure they're all running.
The women's 100 meters continues to be one of the most captivating events in athletics, where fractions of a second separate greatness from history. When comparing two standout performances, Shericka Jackson's explosive 10.65 run and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's commanding 10.84 victory, we are not just looking at two races, but at two different expressions of sprinting excellence. At the Jamaican national stage, Jackson delivered a performance that felt almost surgical in its precision. Facing a stacked field that included Elaine Thompson-Herah, Natasha Morrison, and rising talent Alana Reid, the pressure was immense. Yet from the moment the gun fired, Jackson imposed her authority on the race. Her start, often considered the only vulnerable phase of her sprinting profile, was sharp and controlled. But it was her transition phase that truly separated her from the field. As she rose into her upright running position, her stride length and cadence aligned perfectly, creating a level of efficiency that others simply could not match. Morrison showed early intent, and Thompson-Herah attempted to build momentum, but neither could respond once Jackson reached top speed. The final meters turned into a demonstration of dominance. Jackson was not straining. She was flowing. Crossing the line in 10.65 seconds, she not only secured victory, but also delivered a world-leading time and a personal best. It was a performance that redefined her identity. No longer just a 200-meter specialist, but a complete sprinter capable of ruling the shortest dash. In contrast, Fraser-Pryce's performance at the Doha Diamond League carried a different kind of weight. While Jackson's race was about establishing supremacy in the present moment, Fraser-Pryce's run was about legacy and longevity. Already one of the most decorated sprinters in history, she entered the race with expectations not just to win, but to remind the world of her enduring brilliance. Despite the absence of Sha'Carri Richardson, the field remained highly competitive, featuring names like Marie-Josée Tallou and Blessing Okagbar. Yet, as has been the case so many times before, Fraser-Pryce's greatest weapon was her start. Out of the blocks, she was simply unmatched. Her acceleration phase remains one of the most explosive in sprinting history, allowing her to gain an immediate advantage. Unlike Jackson, whose dominance builds through the middle phase of the race, Fraser-Pryce establishes control within the first 30 meters. From there, it becomes a matter of maintenance and composure. Tallou and Javianne Oliver attempted to close the gap, but Fraser-Pryce's mechanics were flawless. Her posture remained compact yet powerful, her turnover rapid and controlled. Finishing in 10.84 seconds, she sent a clear message ahead of the Olympic season. She was not just participating, she was still a contender for gold. When comparing these two performances, the differences are as compelling as the similarities. Jackson represents the modern evolution of sprinting. Taller, longer striding, and devastating in the transition and maximum velocity phases. Fraser-Pryce, on the other hand, embodies the classic sprinting archetype. Explosive, compact, and nearly unbeatable out of the blocks. Yet both share a common thread: efficiency under pressure. Neither athlete showed visible strain. Both executed their races with clarity, confidence, and control. And most importantly, both performances carried significance beyond the stopwatch. Jackson's 10.65 was a declaration, a statement that she belongs at the very top of the 100-meter world. Fraser-Pryce's 10.84 was a reminder that greatness does not fade easily, and experience remains one of the most powerful tools in elite sport. Together, these races highlight the depth and continuity of Jamaican sprinting dominance. From established legends to athletes entering their peak, the system continues to produce performances that shape the global standard. In the end, this is not a question of who was better, but of what each performance represents. One is the rise of a new force. The other is the sustained excellence of a legend. And in that contrast lies the true beauty of the women's 100 meters. A race where the past, present, and future collide in less than 11 seconds.